With this on this Friday, I'm Elise Edie, and we want to get you right to a really big story here that we're following right now. A press conference is underway as we speak about a 15-year-old boy facing charges as an adult. This is after a deadly carjacking, driver dead in Lawrenceville. So let's listen into this press conference.
Uber drivers, the victim's vehicle. We were able to contact the family and confirm that he was out working as an Uber driver. With that, we were able to utilize Flock and find out that the vehicle in question continued after disposing of the body on the roadway, continued towards Lilburn, Georgia. We contacted Uber, who was very helpful in providing information, and we were able to get the following timeline. At 4:13 a.m., Mr. Tejada went to pick up a customer on Rangewood Drive in Lilburn. From there, Mr. Tejada drove the suspect to the 600 block of Groveland Parkway. That's where the ring camera shows the suspect exit the back seat, go to the front driver's side door where Mr. Tejada was shot. After he removed Mr. Tejada from the vehicle, he left the neighborhood. 10 minutes later, he returned to the neighborhood and then eventually went back to Lilburn. Again, using Flock and Uber records, we were able to determine that the vehicle was left in the same neighborhood where Mr. Tejada originally picked up the suspect. Detectives were able to identify a possible suspect that lived in the area, where they placed officers in front of the home. And at that time, the suspect exited the home, began walking down the road, and we were able to take the suspect into custody. That suspect has been identified as 15-year-old male Christian Simmons of Lilburn. I want to thank the outstanding work by our officers and our detectives, and we also would like to thank Uber with their partnership. This partnership was instrumental in bringing this to a swift close. The Lawrenceville Police Department remains steadfast in the protection of our community, and we would like to continue to offer our condolences to the Tejada family.
Do you know anything about what led up to this carjacking? Was it like an argument, anything like that?
No, it does not. It doesn't appear that there was any sort of argument. It appears to be just a carjacking.
Any updates on charges Christian Simmons could face, and could he be charged as an adult?
He is being charged as an adult with the murder.
Has Mr. Simmons gone through bond court as of yet?
He has. When he was booked in, he did have his first appearance in front of a judge. But with him being charged as an adult, he will go through the proper channels of going through a magistrate first appearance hearing, which is usually within a couple of weeks of the charges being filed.
We spoke to neighbors. They don't believe that Tejada had any connection to the neighborhood where he was shot and left. Can you confirm that?
Tejada has no connection. His connection, he lives in Grayson. He was just out trying to make extra money for his family. He was summoned to Lilburn to pick up Mr. Simmons. Mr. Simmons requested through the Uber app that he be transported to Groveland Parkway. When he stopped in Groveland Parkway, that's when Mr. Simmons shot and killed Mr. Tejada.
Do we know why he wanted to go to that neighborhood?
Apparently he has friends in the neighborhood, but there was nothing to indicate that he made contact with any of the residents in the neighborhood.
Any other idea aside from a motive? I mean, we hear about cars getting stolen all the time, but often you don't hear of those ending with the murder of an innocent man.
I concur with that. However, we do not have any other motive other than Mr. Simmons wanted the vehicle.
Have you spoken to the family of the victim? And I mean, like you said, it's the new year. They're starting it without their fathers.
I have not personally. Detectives are actually speaking with them right now.
What about the family of the suspect? Were there any guardians at home when you made contact with the suspect?
Our detectives has been in contact with the suspect's mother, but that was via telephone yesterday after the interview.
Do we know how he got access to a weapon?
I'd rather not release that information at this moment.
What led up to the arrest? Meaning, how did you guys perform that? Like, was he compliant? Did you guys have to forcefully, go in there and, put him into custody? What was that encounter like?
When our officers first encountered Mr. Simmons, he was uncooperative, but eventually he did comply and was brought back to the police department with any resistance.
Do you have any evidence that shows that when he called this Uber driver, he intended to carjack him?
I can't speak on that. I'm not sure of that.
Do we know of any efforts to help the Tejada family at this point?
We do not. If we get any information once the detectives meet with them this morning, we'll definitely forward that out.
Did the teen seem to be intoxicated in any way?
He did not.
Can we just get the formal spelling of both the victim and the suspect's names?
Cesar Tejada is Cesar Tejada, Tejada. And the suspect, Christian Simmons, Christian Simmons.
Are there any known mental health issues with this suspect?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you know what high school he attended?
We do not.
I don't know if the mugshot has been released yet. Do you have any of that?
No, we don't. Typically, even if he's being charged as an adult, a lot of times they will not release the photo of a juvenile.
What else would you like to say to the public after this happened, just a couple hours after the new year came in?
Here in Lawrenceville, our crime rate is very low. Our homicide rate is even lower. So this was quite a surprise to us, and I just want the public to know that the Lawrenceville Police Department is here for your safety, and also to people that decide they want to come to the city of Lawrenceville and commit crime. We will find you and we will prosecute you.
One more question. In the initial release that you all sent out, you said that you would not be identifying the suspect because of age. Was there something that made you all change course on that?
Well, we consulted with the district attorney's office, as well as we wanted to make sure that there were no additional suspects before we released too much information.
It sounds like flock was integral in this capture. There's a lot of argument whether or not that there should be the use of these kind of cameras, but this is an example of how this helps get a tidy end and is able to track a car across multiple jurisdictions and across the state. Can you just speak on to why it's so important that Lawrenceville and Gwinnett County have these kind of tools for police?
Sure. Flock has been instrumental in the way we investigate crime. Without Flock, our resolution to many cases would take a lot longer and possibly have no resolution. For anybody that is doubting the use of Flock, it is not an invasion of privacy. The only reason your tag would ever be searched is if it were part of resolving a crime, whether you're the victim or you're the suspect. So in my opinion, the only people that should be apprehensive of Flock is somebody that's doing something that they shouldn't do.
Speaking of the vehicle, would you be able to identify the vehicle at this time? The vehicle that was carjacked?
It's a black SUV. I don't have the specifics.
Do you know if he had any prior, has he ever been in trouble prior to this, or has he had a clean slate?
Multiple jurisdictions do have had encounters with Mr. Simmons.
Do you know what that has looked like, those type of charges, and in what counties?
I do not have that information.
Thank you.
All right.
Did you give your name and title?
I don't think I did.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm captain of Office of Professional Standards, also the PIO for the Lawrenceville Police.
All right, wow, so a lot coming out of this news conference that you see there happening with Lawrenceville Police, just providing an update on that 15-year-old boy who's facing murder charges as an adult in that carjacking that happened early Thursday morning. It left an Uber driver dead in Lawrenceville. So one of the things that came out of that, of course, the names of those involved in this. So we heard from her that Christian Simmons of Lilburn, 15 years old, is who is charged with murder again as an adult in this case. And you also heard the officer say there, quote, multiple jurisdictions have had interactions with Simmons in the past. We also know the victim in this case now, the name being released there, Cesar Tejada of Grayson, 58 years old. So just a tragic case here happening out of Lawrenceville. Again, the names, though, of those involved have been released. So we've got our Rayanis